Top of the top, y'all. I just want to have a discussion real quick. This is not it's not to personally attack nobody. It's not to what's the word I'm looking for? Be abrasive or be confrontational. None of that. This is just to have a discussion and clarity. This is moments of clarity, right? The understanding. Because I feel like a lot of things via social media can get lost in translation. And if you this person and I'm this person, I want y'all to have a better understanding of who I am outside of the meta realm, you know what I mean? Because again, like social media and internet, a lot of things could be performative and a lot of things can be misconstrued, or a lot of your you might not align with everything with people's thoughts and patterns and how they feel and think, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest thing is the respect factor and understanding. Human beings are dynamic. We all different. So your view is your view, right? But you can't really impose your views on people. You can disagree. You might not even agree with their view. You might even not like it personally. You know what I'm saying? But the respect factor should remain, just for the simple fact that's just the mature way to handle things as an adult. You know what I'm saying? In a mature, respectful manner. So I say that to say, I can take accountability, right? In the past, I've been, quote unquote, I won't say sensitive, right? Because this is what a lot of people do. They'll disrespect you either overtly or covertly. And then when you respond back with, like, what's happening? What? Like, what you say? They try to make it seem like you're the one that's overreacting, or you're the one who thin-skinned or sensitive, right? So, for instance, if a nigga or a person keep antagonizing you, right? And you being neutral and you being calm, and they like, yeah, you bitch ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. And you like, bro, why you keep calling me a bitch ass nigga? They do it again. You like, bro, chill with the bitch ass niggas, right? Then the last time you call a bitch ass nigga, you be like, Slim, you call me a bitch ass nigga one more time, I'll go upside your motherfucking head. Then they be like, oh, you sensitive. You want to fight me over words? So they'll flip it on you like you're tripping, when in actuality, you didn't demand them. You didn't tell them. You asked them, bro, why you keep addressing me in this way? So what they do is they weaponize your response against you. And I see that a lot on social media. And it's a manipulation tactic. And again, like I said, man, I'm abreast to every manipulation tactic that is. I grew up around manipulation. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around the Jedi mind tricks. I grew up around all that stuff, right? Or, for example, like, I had a discussion, right? And it was just, again, I like discussions. You know what I'm saying? If you have intelligence, or if you have, if we debating and you bring something to the table and it's a good point and it enlightens me, even if I'm on the opposite side of the debate, I'm going to give you props and I'm going to say, you know what? You're right. It will change my mind. It will change my perspective. And I'm welcoming to other perspectives, because, again, I don't care about being right. I don't care about being the winner, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote. I just like to have healthy conversation, healthy debates. And then, like I said, I care more about the truth versus what I personally feel. You know what I'm saying? I like the truth. So if we having a debate, I don't have that much ego. And again, I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smart enough to know that, you know what I'm saying? I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything, and I'm smart enough to know that a lot of things in life is subjective. You know what I'm saying? So meaning, like, it's really no absolutes. It's always that room, for a different opinion, a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So because your perspective is yours and mine is mine doesn't mean we're either right or wrong. The truth kind of lies in the middle somewhere, right? So I have that understanding. I have that flexibility with my mindset what I notice on social media, a lot of people don't have that flexibility with their mindset. A lot of people are ego driven. They want to be right. They take things to heart. You know what I mean? And I'm at a point where I'm not like that. That's not the viable stage I'm in life. Now, one time was I like that? Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? Was my ego driven by, want to be right and want to dominate? Of course, you know what I mean? But I'm older now. I'm more refined. I've been through it. And I have a better understanding of people, life, places, and things. With that being said, my interactions with people on here, a lot of times, it gets misconstrued because, like I said, I feel like a lot of niggas on social media are performative. You know what I'm saying? They put on for the crowd. And I'm not a performative nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, baby. Appreciate you, beautiful. I don't put on for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be performative. I'm not trying to be passive aggressive. I'm not trying to make, everybody know that nigga with one nigga in the hood. They try to make you the butt of the jokes and shit. You know what I'm saying? To get the crowd riled up and shit. They try to make you, try to belittle you and shit like that. That's not my style. I don't do that. Now, I'm sarcastic. I'm witty. But I don't try to embarrass you and try to, put you down or whatever. Another thing, too, I notice, like, when people use these terms, right? Like, let's say we were debating. A nigga will be like, oh, you triggered. And they antagonizing terms, right, to antagonize you. And I'm going to tell you this, man. Listen, this is a PSA, yo. It's a PSA for everybody going forward. Please listen to this. Share this, man. Look at this. And please, not just hear this. Please digest this, right? Digest this and really hold on to it, right? When y'all say I'm thin-skinned, I'm emotional and sensitive, I will give you that. In the past, yes, I was. I wasn't emotional, but I was more reactive to, hey, Tanya, hey, what's up, Shannon? What's up, bro? I was more reactive to perceived disrespect. So if I felt a nigga disrespect me, I would be on go and respond in an aggressive manner because, one, I felt like because I don't carry myself like a thug, I don't have this demeanor of a tough guy, but I come from tough environments and tough elements. So I'm like, bro, you think I'm a bitch or something? Like, who the fuck is you talking to? Like, nigga, like, just because I laugh and joke and do this ain't that. So when you have that defensive mechanism in you, and you have that, it's like a chip on your shoulder. You're quick to respond in a manner that's aggressive. And what I notice a lot of times, the people who do this the most talk can be the ones who least active. You know what I'm saying? So when you give them that energy back in real time, hey, Bree, they look at you like, oh, this nigga crazy. But they the ones who started the shit. They the ones with the inflammatory comments and, the disrespect and all that stuff. And then when you take it far, you willing to take it further, you looking like the crash out. You looking like the crazy one. You looking like the one who's out of control. And they paint this narrative of you. Hey, Jesse, how you doing, baby? They change this narrative of you like you're the one that's crazy. And you like, bro, I'm not crazy. I'm just really like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't need to talk to everyone, bro. You get paid hourly. You right. And I'm like, bro, I'm really like that. And listen, I'm not a tough, I'm not, in a sense, when I say tough guy, meaning I'm not this type of nigga that's just looking for confrontation. I'm not relishing in confrontation. But when the pressure is on, when the cards are down, nigga, I'm going to fight because I'm a fighter. Y'all seen my crash. Y'all seen my accident. Y'all seen, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen what I survived. I'm a fighter, bro. I'm a natural fighter. I had an incident a year or two ago where I got into a fight and I had to go to jail and some more shit. And I'm not saying this to be braggadocious. I'm saying this is my spirit. This is what I embody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fighter. So when pressure gets thick or when things get rough, you're crazy to give them that energy. No, you got to follow me though, Shannon. You got to follow me. So when some people succumb to pressure and some people rise to the occasion. And what I learned about myself was I had strength that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm a man. I'm gonna defend myself. But you know, we have self doubts. But what I learned in life, the more trials and controversy I've been through, I rose to the occasion even further. It didn't break me. It actually made me more stronger and made me more purposeful with my things. You know what I'm saying? It actually showed me like, damn, I'm really stronger than I recognize. Like, I'm really him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really like, I didn't succumb to the adversity. It actually refined me and made me more better and focused. So I say that to say, in the past, yes, I will be more reactionary. But now, in this moment, I'm telling you, in PSA to everybody, I'm not thin-skinned. I'm not sensitive. I'm not none of that. I'm probably one of the most emotionally intelligent, stoic. I try to think before I respond. I try to be objective in my views. I try to be flexible in my thinking. Understand I don't know everything. And you were strong, that's the bird. Yeah. I feel like I do have the burden of intelligence. And when I say the burden of intelligence, I made a post about that, meaning that because I see things in a different light, I understand different things, a lot of ideals, a lot of thought patterns, a lot of traditions that people are tied to, I don't really subscribe to that because I have the burden of intelligence. Like I said, I'm smart enough to know I don't know everything. I'm smart enough to know that people change. I'm smart enough to know that human beings are human beings. I'm smart enough to know that we all embody good and evil. We all have hurt somebody and we all been hurt. So even let's say for me, right, I've been hurt by women. I've been betrayed and I've been cheated on. I've been hurt, right? But also I'm honest enough to say I've hurt women too. I'm honest enough to say I've cheated on women too. So I can't play the victim in something I was a participant in. I can't just look at my perspective and say, oh, look what they did to me. Look what they did to me. At one point I did, right? But then I had to go back and look at the role I played in it. Now, it's been instances where I've been a good person to somebody, and not just men or women, just a good person, and they've hurt me, right? Or they betrayed me, or they did what they did, whatever they did, right? But then if I gotta get real with it, I gotta get honest and say, listen, I gotta get honest and be like, they showed me signs, and I ignored it. So I gotta take accountability for it. Okay, yeah, they fucked up. They did some wild shit to me, but I didn't do myself any favors by ignoring it and not listening to my gut or using my mind and being emotional over logical. Because meaning when you love somebody or you got love for someone, you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? You try to you try to you try to give them benefit of the doubt. But sometimes a spade is a spade. When a person is showing you signs of something, pay attention to it. So now, as I'm older now, I analyze people. And again, we all have good and positive traits, right? So I don't want you to think if somebody do something you don't like, you just cut them off or whatever. Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's always a middle line of where you can look at the nuance of the situation and be like, you know what? They got some fucked up ways, but then they got some good ways too. They got some ways the ways that can be beneficial to me and what I'm trying to do in my pattern. But then there's some deal breakers where you can't deal with, you can't mess with, right? So for example, one of my deal breakers is I don't like real people who unnecessary manipulative. And when I say unnecessary, meaning like, of course, if you doing business, you negotiating deals, you gotta have a little bit of manipulation in the sense of like, it's chess. Life is chess, right? We all play chess. We all play to win this game, right? That's necessary in the game of life, but it's not necessary when you have a friendship or you doing business with somebody you trying to build with them. That's kind of unnecessary. You know what I mean? Because you got to have honest dialogue. You got to have direct communication, even uncomfortable conversations to grow. And a lot of times we not equipped to have these uncomfortable conversations because, again, the emotional intelligence is not there. So a lot of times we personalize things, we take things to heart, and we project things, right? So with that being said, that's a deal breaker for me. Being malicious, you know what I'm saying? Just being malicious when you don't have to be, or even just being malicious, that's a deal breaker for me. I can't deal with a person who's malicious in a sense. And I've been that person too. I've been malicious and spiteful and vengeful. And I realize it's the worst trait to have, because when you do that, all you're doing is you trying to keep, it's like you trying to, if a snake bit you, it's like you trying to bite the snake back and poison the snake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, sometimes the best response is no response. That's the best response. No response at all. You know what I'm saying? Because when people see you retaliate, they usually don't see what caused you to retaliate. They just see the retaliation. And then when you retaliate, you look like the one that's crazy. Or you look like the one that's foul. And I had to learn that. I learned that through experience, not by theory. You know what I'm saying? Somebody do something bad to me, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this nigga back. And when I get them back, time has lapsed. So they don't remember what caused me to want to get back. They just see the get back. They just see you going at the person. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you look crazy, and it's time consuming, and it could throw you off your path, where you just gotta let the universe handle shit. Let the universe handle people, and let it sort them out. Learn from the situation, learn from the pain, learn from the rejection or the heartbreak or whatever. And just, you know what? All right, I know what to do next time. I know not to deal with this person in this capacity next time. I know not to engage with them in this. They actually did me a favor. They saved me time and energy to later on deal with the fuckery, right? So those are my deal breakers when dealing with people. But in the nuance and things, I understand we all dealing with shit. Human beings are very complex. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. We complex. So what I try to do to the best of my ability, I'm human. I'm not saying I got all the answers. Like I said, I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. We all are walking contradictions, but from the best of my ability, I try to be a stoic, emotionally intelligent, flexible, honest, even with myself, because I feel like the worst thing to do is to lie to yourself. That's the worst thing to do. When you lie to yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice, because the truth, I'd rather be hurt by the truth than comfort by lies. The truth hurts, right? The truth fucking hurts. It stings, it burns, it fucks with your ego. But in that truth comes growth. In that truth comes refinement. When you comfort by lies, it feels good, but you're not growing. You're not evolving, and you're stagnant. And it's like almost like playing a video game. You playing on rookie when you lie to yourself. But when you embrace the truth, the hard truth, the hurtful truth, you playing on all Madden. And when you playing all Madden, you stepping up to the challenges in life, and you playing at a high level. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I learned. I know. So I want to say this going forward. Also, this is my main thing too. When it comes to criticism, constructive, all right, Shannon, you're crazy. Constructive criticism, right? It's a difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism. If you come on a platform or page or my posts and stuff, and you're critical in a sense where it's coming from a place of like, it's not being even constructive, it's not being insightful. You're not saying, well, I disagree with this, or I don't understand this, or this is my perspective. That's constructive criticism, where you giving feedback and you telling me you don't think something. But if this is destructive criticism, if you coming on my platform and saying, hey, that shit corny, or that shit whack, or that shit is, you saying something abrasive, right? And my thing is this: it's unwarranted. It's not asked, but it's a social network, so you can share your opinion. But if you constantly share in a manner of that way, a nigga is not thin skinned. You just showing me that you just have a negative viewpoint of things. So, if a nigga confronts you on that don't mean they thin skinned, my nigga. It means like, nigga, how old are we? You know what I'm saying? I had a nigga today tell me I dick ride celebrities. Like, what? Now, this nigga is 40-something, telling another man, a 40-year-old man, he dick ride celebrities. Bro, it's 2025. That sounds like some shit I would say in 2020. No, not 2020. In 2003, 2004. Oh, you a dick rider. Why? Because I give niggas props. Because I pay homage and I pay respect. That's the problem, I feel like, in the black community, man. We got this mentality of, oh, nigga, you dick ride on that nigga. Like, what other community says that? What other race says that? And I'm not even trying to compare, like, you know, people are better than us or thing, but just think about that. Who says that? What other people have that mentality? You're a dick rider. Because you show admiration, appreciation for somebody, and respect. You're a dick rider. See what I'm saying? And it comes the burden of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Short, what up, bro? That comes the burden of intelligence. Their perception is you're dick riding someone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, bro, I'm paying homage. I'm showing love and I'm showing respect. It don't hurt me or take me down a notch to show another nigga respect and love. But again, that's the burden of intelligence. A nigga to say you're dick riding. You know, you dick riding celebrities. Bro, I'm dick riding because, again, I'm giving props and I'm giving information or I'm giving love. What's up, my man Earl on here, man? Albert, right? Brenneman, bro. This is my man I grew up with. Earl can vouch for this, right? Back in the day, Earl had a purple Monte Carlo with Lamborghini doors, right? It was very a vivid car, like you couldn't miss it. You knew who he was. You knew who he was. I had a song I released on MySpace, so this shows you how long, where I gave this nigga a shout out and said, my nigga Earl with the Lamborghini doors, right? Now, was I dick riding? You know what I'm saying? When I paid him homage, was I dick riding? You know what I'm saying? The mindset, bro. Just think about the mindset. And some niggas might have said that. Some niggas might would have said, oh, you dick ride that nigga, blah, blah, blah. But I was really just paying love and homage because that's who I am as a core of a person. I'm not a dick rider. I just show appreciation to people and things, and I appreciate value. I appreciate good shit. Now, and then let me even get even more personal, right? Me and Earl had a fallout before, right? Over something. And I'm not going to go in detail what it was about, but we had a fallout. We had a conversation. He apologized, and then I apologized and said, all right, bro, this is my perspective, and I was wrong, and I was tripping. I let my ego get out of control, and I should have communicated to you like a man. I should have, instead of assuming or instead of listening to niggas around me, again, the nigga who said you dick riding and blah, 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 those are the type of niggas who will gas you up to go against a nigga that's your man because of their ignorance and their small-mindedness, right? And I came to Earl, we squashed it, we've been great ever since. And it wasn't no beef, it was just a misunderstanding, right? But I say this to say, Earl lives out the country, he travels, he live life at a high level male, right? When this nigga show me shit, I'm like, yo, I get inspired, right? I only been to a few countries. This nigga be going everywhere. This nigga be working out in the gym. I get inspired by that, my nigga. I don't subscribe to the dick ride. I don't get jealous. I don't look at this nigga and be like, yo, why him and not me? I don't look at this nigga like, oh, who do you think he is? Nigga, bruh. Nigga, this life is it's about living. So if me living and me doing my shit to the best of my capacity make you feel fucked up, you have to do some self-analysis, my nigga. You have to do some self-evaluation. Me being great should not trigger whatever you got going in yourself. It should inspire you to reach higher. And that's me. I'm going to die trying to be my best and my greatest. To my last breath. When I was in that fucking ICU room in that hospital, all I kept saying, it's going to get greater after I leave. It don't stop here right here. It's going to get greater. I will not stop. I'm going to fucking relentlessly and ruthlessly pursue my passion and my dreams. I made it for a reason. I survived this for a reason. And that's who I am, my nigga. I can never be a dick rider, my nigga. I'm a person who's motivated by success because I want success. I want to be my best self. Every fucking day, nigga, I'm in pain. Look at my arms, yo. Look at my arm. Y'all see this shit? I got metal on my arm. Y'all don't understand the pain that I go through every day, my nigga. But you know what? And it don't stop here. Look, it's inside my arm. But you know what I do? Every day I push through that motherfucking pain. Every day I'm in that motherfucking gym. Every day I'm meal prepping. Every day I'm looking at fucking different ways to get money. Every day I'm appreciative that I'm still on this earth. Every day I'm not complaining about the pain. That's preservation, my nigga. That's mental fortitude. So for you or anyone to ever tell me some shit about I'm thin-skinned, I'm sensitive, nigga, you sadly mistaken. You got the game fucked up, bro. I can never be sensitive or thin-skinned. I'm a survivor, bro. This shit on social media is child's play to me. Nigga, I come from real situations where I've seen real things, where I've done real things, where I survived real things, and I'm still here. So I can never be thin-skinned or sensitive or scared because you know why? The fear is gone. I used to be controlled by fear or what people thought, but the fear is gone, my nigga. The fear is eradicated. Before that, it was real minimized before the accident. Nigga, after the accident, nigga, what fear, bro? And I might not, and this is when I say I'm smart enough to know that I know everything and the burden of intelligence, I'm going to tell you how real the burden of intelligence is, right? The burden of intelligence meaning like, I could be working doing all this hard work, putting all this work in, and doing my best to get to where I want to go to the next level. But I'm wise enough to accept it might never happen. I might never get to $5 million. I might not never get to that next level in life. It might not happen. That's just life. It's a possibility this shit won't happen. Because people think, oh, if you put in the work and you do hard work, you're going to guarantee to win. That's not a guarantee. But in me accepting that, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm still going to try. I don't give a fuck. I accept the odds. Fuck it. I accept it. I accept that I might not get through this, but I'm not going to sit back and accept mediocrity. I'm not going to sit back and accept just being average. I'm not going to sit back and accept not trying, my nigga. I can't do it. We on borrowed time. I wasted too much time in my years on trivial shit, on things that don't serve me, on things that don't make me better. And in this moment now, man, nigga, I don't give a fuck if I fail. I don't give a fuck if I don't, but I'm going to keep trying. As long as I got my health, as long as I got breath in me, as long as I have a slither of hope, nigga, I'm going to maximize that shit. And it is what it is. And that's who I am, and that's who I be, and who I am. And also I'm understanding, too, when you trying to be something you never became before, I'm trying to be something I never was. I'm trying to reach a level of greatness that I never taste. And when you're trying to reach that level of greatness that you never tasted, you never was, it's going to come with this pain, disappointment, isolation, loss of friends, loss of family, loss of being liked, loss in everything. And my nigga, I accept all that. I accept it. It's the price of success, and I'm willing to pay it. And I don't care. So if I lose you, and the thing, I'm not gonna lose you because I'm not gonna do nothing wrong or foul to you. I might lose you because you just don't like my mentality now, or you might not understand why I'm going this way. And I'm willing to lose that. And I can live with that shit. But what I can't live with is being mediocre. What I can't live with is not trying. What I can't live with is just accepting shit for what it is. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward with this conversation, I hope we got more clarity. I invite y'all on my platform. I invite y'all on my live. You know what I'm saying? But when you come, please be respectful and understand I'm not for the performative art of social media. I'm for insightful conversations, even opposing views and opinions. You can have that. It don't bother me, right? Because again, at the end of the day, the burden of intelligence, you understand, everything is really subjective. So these ideals and these thoughts that you have, they're subjected to change. You know what I mean? We not, things are changing and this is another thing, you might feel one way in one set of your life, in one junction in your life, and completely feel different in the next. And that's fine, bro. It's not illegal. It's nothing wrong with that. You have a right to change your mind. You have a right to feel this way in one moment and change it back and forth. Doesn't mean you're hypocritical. It's life, man. We're human. And you might not see or understand something at one junction in your life and you understand it at another. Oh, this is the last thing, right? For the people who are fucking hypocritical, Hey, Bree, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm far from perfect, man. I'm far from perfect. But I'm authentic, though. You know, a lot of people can say whatever they want about me, but they can't say I'm authentic. This the last thing before I go, right? For the people that's always commenting on people, critical of people, how they do things or what they do, and they this and they that, and they just always got something to say. And most of the times it's negative, right? It's just a constant form of negativity. Because again, let's be real. Criticism is warranted, right? Criticism is you have a right to criticize whatever you want. But if it's always coming from a constant negative place where you pointing the finger, where you talking down on somebody, even then you try to do, because my thing is, if you have intelligence and you can enlighten people, then do it. But why shame people if they don't know what you know? Why talk down on people if they don't have the information you know? If you have the information, then you're in a position to share it. So why look at them like this snobbish, uppity, I see a lot of pseudo-intellectualism on social media where these pseudo-intellectuals are, even when it comes to politics, life, whatever, they got it all figured out, right? But this is my biggest thing, right? What are you doing to achieve greatness? It's easy to sit back and watch from the couch and point fingers at people and tell people who ain't this and tear people down. It's easy. But what the fuck are you doing besides that? So when the nigga that's out there is actually doing something, fumbling, fucking up, or they having setbacks, and you sitting there laughing at them, right? You sitting there pointing your finger, laughing at them, and you sitting there, you criticize them, you scrutinize them. But these niggas are actually doing. These niggas are actually trying. While you sitting back as a spectator, laughing at the motherfucker that's trying. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, my nigga? Like, what? You don't, like, I would be embarrassed or ashamed that I'm sitting here, a nigga's outside trying to build a home or whatever. He's building something. He's trying. And let's say the fucking bricks fall over, or the wood or the beams fall over. And it keeps falling. And I'm sitting laughing like, look at this shit. This nigga, he fucking up. It's falling over. But I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting there looking at this nigga. And I'm laughing at this nigga that's trying to be great or do something great. And I sit. How could you sit with that yourself as a man? How? Like, you comment and every motherfucker that's doing something that may not be, it might not be the final product, or it might not finish, or might not be successful in the few first attempts. But for you to sit back and talk shit, or even listen, this is even crazy. For you to even talk crazy about somebody who is successful, and you're not even like near their success level. And I'm not talking about criticism, because everybody's subjective to criticism. But for you to call somebody names, or put them down, or say derogatory things about them in a realm of them and they being successful, it's like the nerve for me, my nigga. Like, what? Like, that's like somebody saying, Denzel suck as an actor. He should never act. That nigga corny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what? Now, if you say he's not my acting style, or I don't like his style, or he's okay, but his movies are not my thing, that's cool. But for you to say this nigga, like, he a nobody, that nigga some bullshit. He washed up. He anything. It's like, bro, the delusion, man. And on social media, the delusion of grandeur runs fucking rampant. Delusion. These motherfuckers some of these motherfuckers on here are living in a different dimension, a different galaxy. The motherfuckers ain't on Earth no more. I'll tell you that. These people are losing their minds. The humility, and I'm not saying you gotta be humble and be meek and turn yourself down to make others feel good, but my nigga, you gotta have some sense of like reality. You know what I'm saying? Just some sense of reality. And these motherfuckers have lost connection with reality, my nigga. Hey, Bird, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers have lost. And Bird, we know, look, my homegirl on here, Bird, man, Sunshine Castro, we come from the same element. We come from the same era. We've been outside. We've been in the streets. We've been in real life situations. We were who we were before social media. We were who we were before social media, bro. We were outside where being outside was the social media. We from the same era. Shannon in here, my homeboy Shannon. We were who we were before social media. So when we see this shit, it's odd to us because we see these people have these opinions and these things on people where we like, yo, we didn't have the luxury of trying to create who we were via the internet or via social media. We had to create it in real time with real people in real situations. And a lot of times those situations was life and death. A lot of them times them situations was under distress. You know what I'm saying? So when we see this shit, it's weird to us because it's like, yo, like, what? What are you talking about? And they get it confused because they probably wasn't in the mix. So if they not in the mix, they don't understand our thoughts or understand how we view certain things. Certainly speak on celebrities, they know, exactly. And that's the thing, Bird, right? I'm on the outside. Everything is subjective. I can't not comment. This is another thing when niggas say, yo, I hate celebrities, right? A nigga said that today earlier on my page. I can't stand celebrities. So I'm like, nigga, how do you dislike somebody you don't personally know? So you have a disdain. Is it because it is successful? Is it because your lack of success? Like, how could you dislike somebody you don't know on a personal level? And I see that a lot too. A lot of niggas will not like another motherfucker off what another motherfucker said. So if somebody say this about Jay-Z, they'll make an assessment and be like, I hate Jay-Z because X, Y, and Z. Well, how do you know that, man? Nigga, you ever had a conversation with Jay-Z? Nah, fuck no. I just don't like that nigga. Why? Because so-and-so said that he club baby seals. So I'm like, my nigga, you don't like this nigga off because his opinion of him. You can't form your own opinion. You haven't interacted with this nigga to know whether you like him or not, or you don't like him because, and I see that a lot on social media. Niggas cannot form their own opinions, or they'll get influenced or because another person says something. My thing is this, right? You got to be careful with this. Let's say somebody say something negative about me, right? And it influence you to have a certain perspective on me. Where you like, I don't like that nigga Darius. Why? Because so-and-so said he did this and that to him, and I heard this and that, right? All right, let's follow that, right? Now, the person that's telling you something bad about me could either be doing a few things. They could be doing, one, they could be telling you half a story to where they're avoiding accountability in their role to why I treated them a certain way. So they could say, oh, he carried me, or he did this and that, or he was an asshole to me, right? But they'll leave out the fact that they didn't take my time seriously. They took my time for granted, or they wasn't respectful. So I became an asshole towards them. They'll leave that part out and just frame it, oh, this nigga's an asshole, he's a fucked up person. And then the next person who don't have a mind for themselves, who doesn't understand how to be objective, they'll run with that narrative and say, oh, this nigga an asshole. And they be like, well, how you know? Oh, because so-and-so told me he was an asshole. That's one aspect. Another aspect is I could have been an asshole to him. I could have been a jackass and a jerk towards him, right? But you know what's funny? Because I'm a jerk and an asshole towards them, doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily be it towards you. So you still have to form your own opinion, because I can mistreat one person and then treat you like a king or God, because certain situations and circumstances bring out certain things in people. A person who you might not mesh with, y'all have conflict. So I might be an asshole to you because we have conflict. We don't mesh. Our personalities clash. But me and you, we might hit it off and our personalities click. So yes, I probably was an asshole to him. You know what I'm saying? But does that mean I'm going to be the same with you? So you always have to have a fair, objective view of things before you jump to conclusion and before you jump to a final decision between dealing with people. Have your own interaction with them before you make an assumption about people. Don't listen to what people say, put it away, but don't let that be your final decision or analysis before you deal with a person. And this is the last element, right? You can mistreat somebody and treat them bad, and you can realize, you know what, I made a mistake. I was bad to that person. I treated them wrong. I didn't respect them. I took them for granted. And then as you get older in life, you say, you know what? That's who I was then. Who I am now was totally different. And a lot of times people don't give you they don't allow you to grow. They hold you to your old standards. And it's unfortunate, and it's a disservice to everyone. If you holding me, the 2005 me, to the 2025 me standard, that's a disservice, because I'm not who I was in 2005. So if you still tied into that person who I was, then I'm sorry, my nigga. Like, you have to update. You got to update it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not who I was in '05. I had fucked up ways. I had fucked up things. And if that was your last interaction with me, I apologize for who that person was back then. I apologize for the form of me, what I did to you. But through refinement, through learning, through trial and error, I learned to err in my ways. And my nigga, the 2025 me is not that. So this is who I am. And it's a saying, you're many people before you become who you are in life. You go through phases. You go through phases where you can be selfish. You can go through phases where you're self-centered. You can go through phases where you're narcissistic. And that could be who you are. But that doesn't mean that's who you are in totality, because later on in life, you can learn from the mistakes and you can become something better and greater. So we have to take these things into account. With that being said, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate the conversation. And moving forward, hopefully we got more clarity. When you come on my page, I appreciate the support of me, pushing through and all the things I'm doing, even with the media shit, trying to break into this new realm. Media tech, even my music. I've been releasing old music and I've been getting a good reply from it. And I'm grateful, man. I appreciate you for the kind words. Thank you, Bird. I appreciate you. Millie, what's up, baby? I'm appreciative, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward. Y'all along with me on this journey, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, trying to be the best I can be, the greatest I can be, and hopefully I get in position of power where I can trickle down some opportunities to others. You know what I'm saying? What happened to me? I'm still doing a podcast, man. I'm doing it with my man Eric. It's called You Know What's Crazy podcast on IG. Check it out. And it's on YouTube. It's You Know What's Crazy, all one word, and then the underscore on IG, and then You Know What's Crazy podcast on YouTube. I got hey kid, thank you, love. I got more things coming. I got more content. I do the think pieces. If y'all can support my if you go to my YouTube, I'm gonna put my YouTube link. I got something called The Rise and the Fall of the Black Mogul, talking about the black moguls in music and how like they going through shit. The Puffies, the Irv Gotti, the Suge Knights. I got my music on there. I got podcast clips. I got everything. I'm always in the field, documenting some type of shit. I'm going next week. I'll be in Newark. I'm going to Rock the Bells concert, which is going to be a bunch of hip hop legends performing. They're going to have what they going to have? A dedication to Uptown Records. Shout out to Andre Harrell, R.I.P. Hey Jay, what's up, love? Andre Harrell. You know what I'm saying? They have a dedication to Uptown Records, so I'm gonna be documenting that. And then after that, I'm going to the Boot Camp Click concert in New York and Brooklyn. No, it's in the city, in Manhattan. About 30 years of Boot Camp Click, you know what I'm saying? Which is Buckshot, Smith & Wesson, OGC, dedication to Sean Price, Donnell Jones. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. I'm going to do. Okay, Millie. Oh, yeah, and Mansfield Clement, please, pay attention to this video, because this is really directed towards you and others. But I'm letting you know, as a man, I'm specifically talking to you, and I'm specifically talking to you because I want you to be able to digest what I'm saying and understanding who I am as a person, or who I am now, who I am becoming. And like I was saying earlier, if people didn't listen, I can never be a dick rider, my nigga. I pay homage to people. And I pay homage and respect because I get inspired by greatness and I get inspired by success. So when you're inspired by success, you You project it. So it's a thing in our community that we say we had this thing, oh, you're dick riding. I think we're the only community to think like that. We're the only community to have this thought. It's such a regressive, non-progressive type thinking. I don't understand that mindset. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I was guilty of it too when I was young. I'm a grown man now. I'm 42 years old. I can never dick ride nobody, my nigga. And you said dick ride, you got your own wave. Don't listen, man. Like I told you, I am the wave. I am the motion. I am the light. You hear me? I am the wave. I am the motion, and I am the light. I know who I am. I know my capabilities, and I know what greatness that I embody. But even me embodying that greatness, it does not hurt me to pay homage and respect to somebody else who's great. It doesn't hurt me. My man BJ on here, Benjamin Wedge. I'm glad he came in. So BJ, I was told by this nigga named Mansfield Clement, who really don't know me personally. We know each other in passing years ago. He called me a dick rider. He said I dick ride celebrities, right? Now BJ from Mental Attraction, I was a kid up under BJ, who was a go-go legend, a go-go great. BJ, have I always told you how much I loved you, how much I respect you, how you my OG, how much I hold you in high regard? Haven't I always been like that? Now, BJ is not a celebrity on the sense of, I guess, like a Kanye West or international celebrity, but he's a celebrity to me locally, and he means a lot to me, right? Benjamin, if you could, BJ, if you could comment, can you please, yeah, he said always, right? So Mansfield Clement, I want you to look at that, right? BJ is telling you this, right? Now, I've known BJ since I was 16, 17 years old. Again, Mental Attraction. I'm in On Top Band. We playing at the Spot nightclub. I'm under him. I've always been respectful to him. I've always asked him for advice. I've always gave him his flowers. I need him to know the entire. But Mansfield, the statement and even in it was still wasn't relevant. It's not applicable to me, my nigga. And that's the thing you have to understand. Because you have an opinion doesn't mean it's based in reality or facts. And like I told you, I am the wave. Look at me. Look at what I embody. Nigga, you see it? You see how I'm moving out here? Nigga, you see this? You see this? You see the pain? Nigga, this is pain, my nigga. Every day, I got metal on my arm. But I still get up. I go to the gym. I still push myself forward to reach my best ability and tap in inward. So for you to be on the sideline and making these comments about niggas that's actually doing is insane to me. Nigga, what are you doing? What are you doing to be great? Besides just commentating. You commentating on a nigga that's being great. That's in the process of being great. What are you doing? In comparison to me, what are you doing? So again, I can never be a dick rider. That's not who I am. I'm a person that's inspired by success and motivated by greatness. Because I want to be great. I want to be the best person I'm going to be. And if I see another nigga being great, I'm going to give him homage. So if I am what you are, then correct your statement. Don't ever come to me and say I'm dick riding ever again. Please. You doing yourself a disservice by that, and you doing myself a disservice by that. Eradicate that mentality, my nigga. That's a poisonous thought process. You're dick riding celebrities. You should hold yourself to a better standard and to a better as a man, especially as a grown man. You're grown. You're not a kid. So for you to say, oh, you're dick riding celebrities, my nigga, do some self-analysis and observe yourself to why you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a dick swinging. Again, I'm always lead. And see, this is where the immaturity come in. This is not a dick swinging. It's not about dick swinging. This is what you said, my nigga. You said this. I'm not dick swinging. I'm the most egoless I don't have an ego. I have an ego that serves me in a purpose of moving forward. I don't have an ego that just want to be right and to be that guy. It's not about that. But it's about when you address me or when you interact with me, I have a certain standard. These celebrities are awful human beings. How do you know? You don't know these people personally. This is I literally just, and I want you to really pay attention to this live. You commenting on people you don't know personally. These celebrities are awful human beings. Okay, let me ask you this. What does that have to do with you? So now you're generalizing that every celebrity is awful. You know, so you've met every celebrity, you've interacted with them, you've done business with them, you talked to them to make this assessment, that this statement that you know them. This is a blanket statement, my nigga. This is a generalization. That's like saying every black person is a criminal. So that's ignorance. So these celebrities are awful human beings. Have you met every celebrity? Tell me every celebrity you met. Have you done business with them? Have you talked down to them? Have you had relations with a female celebrity? How do you know that they're awful? As a grown man to make this statement, it's kind of odd to me. I'm being real. This is kind of, it's like a juvenile mindset. These celebrities are awful human beings. You know who's an awful human being too? You're probably an awful human being. You know who's probably an awful human being? Me. I've done some awful human things too. You know why, nigga? Because they're human beings. So what fucking standard are you holding these people to? Are you the oracle? Are you the standard of greatness? Are you the standard of virtuality? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell somebody they're awful? Who are you? Again, who are you? So if you don't like what they're doing, then you do the opposite. You lead by example. You lead by example. Be a leader. You complain about them, they don't even know who you are. So you be better. You be by example. What's being pushed to our people, again, they are entertainers. Why are we holding them to this virtuous standard? This standard of morality. They're entertainers. That's not their job, to be morals and virtuous servants. Their job is to entertain. So for you to project that on them, why won't you just do it yourself? I don't get it. I don't understand that mindset. And for a man to sit there and say this grown, that these people are horrible and you don't know them personally, it's crazy. Listen, you could disperse, my nigga. After this, I really don't have no say no more. You could watch the live and interact, but it's just like, what? These people are horrible. The fuck are you? How do you know? Nigga, have you even been close to these social circles? That's like a nigga working at Walmart saying, yo, Chris Brown, I can't do business with this nigga Chris Brown. He don't do the splits right. Nigga, you work at Walmart. How the fuck do you know how Chris Brown does business? How? You work at you a greeter at Walmart talking about how a nigga do business. And you're not even in the industry. You looking on the outside. You're a spectator. Judging niggas who's actually playing the sport. It's crazy, man. Look, I gotta go. My battery dying, man. You know what I'm saying? Love, peace to y'all, man. Follow me on my YouTube. I'm gonna put the link in. Y'all have a good one.